Hello, I'm Stephen Cooley, and welcome to the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. I'm very excited to have Scott Stegall with me today on the show. Scott runs Carolina HomePro inspections in our area. You do an amazing job on home inspections for our clients, buyers, sellers. I really appreciate that.
Thanks,
I appreciate your time coming on the show. You would definitely, in my opinion, be the expert on home inspections. I want to get you on the show today because that is the number one reason sales fall through, is after a buyer and seller have met on price and contingencies and moving dates and what stays and what goes, all those things, the buyer then has a right to inspect the home and they find problems, and that's when the sale falls through. So I'd love to have you on today to talk about that process. And so let's talk, Scott, if you will. First of all, the seller can do a lot of things to prepare for this home inspection, from not having as many problems on the inspection to making it easy for you to get in and get out and do your job. So let's hit on those if you don't mind.
Okay, everybody wants the home inspection process to move smoothly. The seller, the buyer, the listing agents, the buyer's agents. So as smoothly as we can make that process kind of seamless, then the better the whole process is going to run. And so I've kind of sat down and came up with a list of things that the seller can do to prepare for a home inspection.
Right. So these are going to be things that when a seller knows they're about to have a home inspection, things they can do the week before and the day before to get ready for you coming.
Exactly.
Right.
First off, home inspectors get a very good feeling, either positive or negative, when they pull up to the home. Curb appeal. I mean, when they see a house that is just pristine, they start to feel good about the process already. And they'll get into it and they'll find that the house has been well maintained, usually. And so, far as making things very systematic in the home, clean up, make sure everything's out of the way, take that week before to kind of get your house in order.
So if the home inspector pulls up and they see a home that looks poorly maintained, the grass is tall, you got last year's plants still dead in the front yard and this, that, and the other, and the home inspector in general, not just you, that home inspector already probably has a negative feeling.
Exactly, exactly. And it's going to look a little bit closer, I think, most guys would. As far as the day of the inspection, there's a number of things that the seller should take into consideration. I made a list. First of all the utilities should be on: gas, water, and power. A lot of times in the summertime, gas gets turned off, which means there's a number of component systems that cannot be inspected. Gas water heaters, HVAC systems, gas logs, gas furnaces, a lot of things like that on vacant houses, even gas ranges and things like that, that should be inspected during the process and could cost someone some money for a home inspector to come back and verify their systems are functioning as intended.
Okay.
Some other things are, in the wintertime, a lot of houses get winterized. Make sure that they get de-winterized. All the water valves are turned on. Home inspectors are not required to operate by the standard practice, and here in the state of South Carolina, any water valves. They're not to turn on the main water valve. They're not to turn on valves to toilets or under sinks, any type of water valves. Make sure all those guys are on.
So all utilities on, gas, electrical, anything that needs to be inspected should be on and pilot light lit.
Exactly, pilot lights lit. You hit on another one. All the pilot lights need to be lit because home inspectors are not required to light pilot lights. Access to the furnaces, to the water heaters. A lot of times we get to a house that the garage is just packed and the water heater is way back in the corner. We can't see it. We're not going to move furniture. You know, it may be something, a box with some expensive things in it we could break, so home inspectors are not required to move those furnishings and things like that. Far as accessibility continues, a lot of times we'll get to homes and crawl space will be locked. No key on site, so we can't get into the crawl space. Someone has to either come during the inspection or we have to reschedule, which can cost someone some money.
Right.
If the buyer has a lock on the electrical panels, we've had that happen before. Get the locks off or unlock them at least. If the seller has outbuildings and the buyer has contracted with the home inspection company to have those outbuildings inspected, barns, storage buildings, shops, make sure the keys are on site for accessibility for those guys also.
Okay.
Another thing is clear away the brush on the exterior of the home. Anything around HVAC systems, any inspection point we need to get to, we should be able to get through without having to go in and take machetes and cut down to get to it.
And when you unlock that crawl space, if you're storing things under your house, get those out, because you've got to crawl underneath the home and look at the home. And many things should not be stored in the crawl space because they're not termite treated. They're sitting on the ground, and that becomes a bed for termites. So definitely I'd like to add in there to clean out your crawl spaces.
Yeah, any type of cellulose material, any wood, boxes, anything like that is sitting on the ground in there. As far as pets, we recommend that you either contain the pets or have them removed during the home inspection process. I've been to homes where there's a dog in the backyard and we don't know the dog.
Right.
So we're really not going to open that door if it sounds vicious.
So take pets. What about humans? How does that work out?
We recommend that the seller be prepared to leave the house in the home inspector's care for 3 hours so they can complete the process without any interruptions.
Absolutely. So those are some great tips from one of the best home inspectors in the area on a seller getting prepared for a buyer's home inspector to come to the house. And so if you'll do those things, you'll most likely have a better inspection and it will go quicker and get done, and we can get the results of it. So hopefully you wrote those down. If you didn't and you missed it on the show, you can email me at steven@stevencooley.com, and we'll get these typed up and we can send you a copy of the things Scott said today. Thank you so much for that expert advice, Scott. Scott, for home inspections, tell folks how to reach you.
You can reach us at Carolina HomePro Inspections at 803-325-7878 or on the web at carolina-homepro.com.
Excellent information. We've got beautiful homes on today's show. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. I hope you've enjoyed watching the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. If you're interested in advertising your business on the program, please give us a call at 803-326-2777 or send us an email at ask@makeitlocal.com. Join us next week for more discussions on real estate topics and help in finding your perfect home. Thanks for watching.